Hey guys, my name's Karagan and I'm the founder of 𝗬𝗎, and today I wanted to share a little bit more about my weight loss journey with PCOS. If you don't know my story, I struggled with my weight for nearly 10 years, just had a roller coaster of my weight going up and down, and I really struggled with restrictive eating and also had a binge eating issue at one point. And I just want to talk a little bit more about what I learned from my experience and what worked for me. A little background if you haven't heard my story. I was diagnosed with PCOS at 14 years old, and the way that I got diagnosed was because I gained nearly 50 pounds what seemed like overnight. And as a really active teenager, really no reason for me to be gaining that weight. And pretty much when I went to the doctor, I was told what everyone's told, which is just to lose weight, eat healthier, and it's just not that easy. And so shortly after that, I got onto MyFitnessPal, which was an iPhone app, and they recommended that for my goals, my height, my weight, my age, I would eat 1,200 calories a day. And I also tack that on with an exercise regimen that was extreme. So what I would do is every single day I'd eat 1,200 calories, and then I'd go to the gym to burn off all of those calories. There's one issue. I restricted myself so much by eating foods that weren't very nutritious and just were low calorie, low fat, and I was so unsatisfied that I would binge eat. And so if I had an off morning where maybe I ate more calories than I should have because I was extra hungry, I would come back after school and I would go on a binge eating episode, and I would eat everything I could see. I remember I would pretty regularly eat 6 Cliff Bars in a setting, which each Cliff Bar is 200 calories almost, and I just couldn't stop. I was just so deprived and so miserable the way I was eating. I mean, I had never used oil, I never used butter. I literally ate 45 calorie slices of bread. I got those bagel thins that are 90 calories. My weight was a roller coaster, and I just couldn't get under control until I started to powerlift. And that was where everything changed. And I started to be able to eat more like a normal person, but I still tracked calories. I was still super conscious of it. And yeah, that was kind of the start of my food healing journey. Was powerlifting gave me the ability to eat a little bit more for the first time ever without gaining weight. Because back before powerlifting, what would happen is anytime I ate over 1,200 calories, I literally would gain 5 pounds overnight, and they would stay on me. So these are the tips that I would tell you based off of my healing journey with food. And hopefully they help you in some way or another with your PCOS weight loss journey. I really believe that if I had done things differently, maybe things would have been a little bit easier. But I also wouldn't be here to tell you about this. So hopefully these can help. And yeah, let's dive into it. So tip number 1. Understanding food and nutrition is super important. Learning about the calories in food, how different foods impact your body and your blood sugar are all important. And I recommend learning about them, but not to the extent of where it puts or hinders your well-being. I definitely did that, and I feel like it caused more stress. That actually caused my hormones to go more out of whack and just cause more issues. So, learn about it, but try not to become so obsessive about it to where you stop living your life. Okay, number 2, the quality of your food matters. And I can't put enough emphasis on this. Right now, and I go on and off, I'm not perfect by any means, but I try to not get packaged foods as much as possible. There's just so much unwanted things that come in packaged foods. And if you do go with packaged foods, always look for the ones with the least amount of ingredients. For instance, if you're buying crackers, there's a great brand called Simple Mills. Only 7 ingredients, and things like that are usually the better packaged foods. But I try to cook everything from scratch. It's hard. And I said, I don't always succeed, but I definitely recommend it if you are able to try to implement it as much as possible. And the other thing is to also just get quality ingredients, grass-fed, organic. So I used to be one of those people who was like, organic and grass-fed is just a marketing ploy. Like, I'm not going to buy that. And I would buy the cheapest eggs, the cheapest milk, you name it, all the time. And then I did a holistic health coach course, and they talked a lot more about organic and grass-fed, and it really changed my perspective. So the thing about organic is, so organic means no pesticides, and pesticides are literally meant to kill living beings. They're very small living beings, especially compared to us. However, they are poison. And the thing is like, it may not affect us, and it doesn't affect us short term, but over time, if you're constantly taking in pesticides, it could affect us. I just think it's a reasonable thought process, and so I've really switched to eating organic. And then the other thing is grass-fed and pasture-raised. All of that is really important, because this was the most mind-blowing thing I heard, actually. And if I were to put emphasis on one or the other, I would say pasture-raised and grass-fed is more important. So that chicken is in a cage with thousands of other chickens, and supposedly, I haven't been to a chicken farm and I'm not sure I ever want to go, but if you were to look at a caged chicken, they have no color because they're anemic and they're sick and they're stressed. And it makes sense because they're literally crammed up against one another, and they have no ability to move. It's kind of like the same thing, if we have no physical activity in our lives, we end up stressed, and then that causes us illness. So the thing is if you saw that sick chicken, you wouldn't eat that sick chicken. Also taking in the hormones that's in that chicken. Food is the one thing that becomes what you are. So that is why I prefer to always get free range, pasture raised, grass-fed, organic chicken. And I know it's more expensive and all of that, but I really do feel like if there's one thing that's worth it, it's that. And I honestly think everything tastes so much better. So that would be my tip number 2. 3, learn about ingredient labels. Try to find everything with as least amount of ingredients as possible. And also, as mentioned previously, ideally organic if possible. But the less ingredients tend to mean the less things that are bad for you, and also the less things that are going to impact your hormones. Because there's a lot of things that can impact your hormones that aren't talked about enough. And so it's best to go for no artificial colors, no artificial preservatives, and just try to stay as minimal as possible. Besides the fact that usually that also means less calories. Number 4 is don't miss out on vitamin L. I'm sure you're wondering, what is vitamin L? I've never heard of that vitamin before, but it is vitamin love, and it is what is in all of your home-cooked meals from your family, your friends, your significant other, and also the meals you cook yourself. The thing about home-cooked meals is sometimes you can't count the calories, but there is a lot of studies that have shown that they have tons of other benefits, and also you will never regret spending that time with your friends and family. And it's one thing that I wish I had done more. Number 5, there are no good or bad foods. Try to get that out of your mind. Eat something when it's worth it to you and skip when it's not. That is the best mentality, is just, if it sounds amazing to you, if it's going to make you happier, have it. If not, don't have it. Don't have anything just to have it. But get rid of the idea that there's good or bad foods, and try to just find a sustainable way to have a balance of both. Number 6 is don't opt for any of the low-fat, low-calorie, no-sugar foods. It's better to have a little bit of the real thing than a lot of the fake thing. I promise you, it is nowhere near as satisfying. I'd rather have a one bite of real ice cream than one bite of, a whole pint of Halo Top or something, even though I like Halo Top. But yeah, nothing beats the real thing. And so it's better to limit yourself with the real thing than binge on the fake thing. My next tip would be to think about what you can add in versus take out. I think that it's kind of the start to the good and bad mentality when you start going I'm not going to have rice with dinner because it has so many calories. It'd be better to limit the amount of rice and add in more veggies, so you still get that rice experience, and you're not just like totally depriving yourself of that enjoyment. And it will just help all in all to make you feel more satisfied with your meals and hopefully help eliminate any restrictive eating binge mentality that could possibly follow from feeling too restricted. Number 9 is to only eat when you're hungry. If you are a snacker, try to always opt for healthier snacks like veggies with dip, but also kind of be conscious of how much dip you have. But if there is one thing that I think can help is to eliminate snacking altogether. Will definitely help keep your calories down so you can really enjoy yourself during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 10 is eat real food. I kind of hit on this earlier, but nothing will beat a home-cooked meal. It is always better for you no matter what, and it's also a wonderful act of self-care and self-love towards yourself as you're nourishing your body. So these are the tips that helped me in my journey, and I hope that they help you in some way. I want to put emphasis that, eating healthy is an important part of your PCOS journey, but it is not the only part, and you still need to make sure to take care of yourself. Sustainability is really the big key to losing weight and being healthy long-term and managing your PCOS symptoms naturally. So just make sure to always find balance between a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle, and make sure that you're not restricting yourself too much to where you're not living your life. Anyways, I wish you the very, very best on your journey, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put them below in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything I can, and if there's anything else that you'd like to know more on, let me know, and I'm happy to make some more videos. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye! One more thing, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us as we continue to make content for you on this channel. But thank you so much for watching, and wishing you all the best in life and on your journey. Bye.